Hey, it's Vince Del Monte, best-selling author and muscle model, and I am here at the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio, and I am so excited. I wish you were here with me, and this specific hotel I'm in this weekend is ultra exclusive, and this video might get cut at any second. We actually got denied access to filming this in the front lobby because the hotel is very protective of the athletes, and this is the home of the leanest, most muscular, and strongest physiques in the planet. Every single year for 3 days in March. This hotel is booked up in advance, years and years in advance. And the reason that I'm able to get in here is because my good high school buddy and old classmate, Kyle Leon, is a supplement-sponsored athlete, and he's working at the event this weekend. The only way you can get into this hotel is if you're an athlete, if you're a coach, if you're associated with the event. Surrounded by the pro bodybuilders, the strongmen, the UFC fighters. They're all here, and I'm so excited that I can get into here, and I'm hoping that we can meet up with Kyle. He's got a really interesting backstory to how he came across some really different, really unique nutrition information, and if we can get a few minutes of his time, I think it would really help you. So let's go see if we can find him. Hey, what's up, guys? So we are here with supplement-sponsored athlete Kyle Leon. This is the man that I wanted to introduce you to. We haven't got kicked out yet, and we're interrupting his breakfast here, so we'll try.
No worries.
Try and keep this quick, man. How you been doing, man?
Good, bro. Good. Did you get all everything good? You got all set up?
Oh yeah.
Like the environment or what?
Dude, yeah. I want to tell you guys quickly. This environment is insane. I just want to quickly tell you, when we came in, they've got a buffet here, right here in the background, that is completely designed for the athletes. This is not like your normal buffet. This buffet's got sweet potatoes, egg whites, boiled chicken breasts, brown rice, white rice. It's like bodybuilders' heaven here, and that's pretty crazy here, man.
No, man, it's good. It's a good environment. It's like that every year. The whole town actually caters to the athletes. You won't just find that in this particular hotel, you'll find it in all the main restaurants in town as well. They actually adjust and customize their menus for the athletes that are in town. It's awesome.
So I was telling the viewers that I wanted to link up with you because you've got a really interesting story, very similar to my own and probably a lot of people watching. And we both suffered with skinny genetics, and Kyle had the nickname Lanky Leo. And I don't know if that's worse than Skinny Vinny, but I think it is. So you have a really interesting story. I'd love for you to share it, and how you basically figured out how to conquer your skinny genetics, and how Kyle figured out how to transform his body. Because I mean, things have obviously changed, man. You're looking good.
Oh no, thanks, bro. Thanks, appreciate it, man. You know what? Yeah, I would say that the way you sum that up is pretty accurate, man. We both had an ectomorphic high school career. You were, your long distance runner. I was a very skinny basketball player, terribly skinny arms, and it was frustrating. It was frustrating, and it took me actually longer than it took you to find my solution. I ended up, struggling for years, taking every kind of supplement there was, all the bogus stuff that was out there. I don't even know how many $1,000s I blew on crap, but it wasn't until my second year at university down in Charleston, South Carolina, when I actually figured out, by a fluke chance, the solution to my problem. And I met a big-time fitness model in the industry at the time who was down there visiting my college roommate. And I mean, this is the type of guy that is working, getting paid to endorse supplements. The guy's in, posing in fitness magazines, and just the whole deal. Like, girls were just all over this guy all the time, man. And we were hanging out. Yeah, we were hanging out, and I really wanted to get to know this guy. And I'm just, I was struggling. I was asking for help, and he basically really turned me on to the importance of nutrition at a deeper level than what people even understand and what they read about in books, magazines, and online reports. And he really showed me the importance of how to utilize nutrition properly for yourself. And I picked his brain for about a week. And then after I wasn't satisfied with the amount that I learned from him, I wanted to learn more and more. And he just, I basically harassed him until he said, look, man, here's the name and number of my nutritionist. Give this guy a call, and it'll be a big investment, but it'll be worth it to you to go to him and to learn like I did. And I said, I was a little iffy at the time. It was a big investment. But,
right.
I mean, man, I made it. It was $5K.
Yeah,
I made the investment, and it was worth every penny and more, man,
Wow.
because what I learned, like, it changed my life.
Well, that's great, man. So, I mean, I can identify with that investment that Kyle made, and mine wasn't as much, $4,000 to be exact, but it has paid me back tremendously. And I think what I'm really curious to know is what you learned. And what would you say the 3 biggest mistakes are when it comes to nutrition? And the fact is, we can talk about nutrition for days and days.
It's a big topic, it really is. But specifically
nutrition when it comes to packing on muscle, what are 3 mistakes guys are making, the biggest ones?
Okay, man, I'd say that the 3 biggest mistakes by far, in order, would have to be number 1, bulking then cutting. That approach is traditional, okay, and it's proven successful for a lot of trainers, especially early in their career, okay, but that being said, there's a lot of disadvantages to that strategy, especially after you've already reaped the rewards from it in your first transformation, okay? I've actually used that strategy with success way back in the day, but in recent years, there's just so much information out there that shows the disadvantages to it. It's not really something that the intermediate to advanced trainer is going to benefit from the most. Specifically, when I talk about that, the number 1 disadvantage to that model, to that strategy of bulking then cutting, would have to be the unwanted body fat.
Right.
You know, like everybody understands that a traditional bulk usually incorporates a lot of body fat that's being put on useless body fat and unsightly body fat that you're probably going to want to wear some baggy clothes throughout the year to cover up, right?
Not
especially the lower abdomen.
That's right.
That being said, forget the aesthetics, just the health aspect of it. When you ingest sloppy amounts of useless calories for an extended period of time, your body has no choice but to make more fat cells to accommodate for that.
That you didn't have before,
Exactly. And now medically, that's titled fat cell hyperplasia. So what fat cell hyperplasia means to the everyday person who's putting their bodies through that is the fact that when your body creates more fat cells, in the future, you're going to have a much more difficult time staying lean, okay? This means that when you screw up on your diet, your cheat days or whatever, you're going to be a lot more likely to
compounding
exactly, you're compounding the problem. Because what happens when your body creates more fat cells is that those fat cells are there. They're there permanently, okay? You can still shred down and get lean as heck, but you have more fat cells now, which means it's going to be easier for you to store fat for the rest of your life.
Yeah, so that explains why the second bulk cut cycle is always more challenging.
Exactly.
That's really interesting.
So that's a point that I think not a lot of people understand or even talk about. But the other thing there's something else, man, that I want to talk about health-wise, because it's important for people to understand, okay? Internally, what goes on inside our bodies when we ingest that many calories and we're abusing our bodies without clean calories coming in, there's strain that happens on our, our liver, our kidneys, our, for our cardiovascular system. I mean, there's strain put on our cholesterol. Okay, our blood pressure goes up. There's a lot of things that happen internally that you don't see that are affecting us and that need to be taken into account. So that's stuff that people should be aware of. I'd say that mistake number 2 is, let's go all to the opposite end of the pendulum. When guys, they just think, I'm going to eat clean all the time. I'm going to just go ahead and stick to a clean diet and I'm just going to build lean muscle without fat doing that. And the problem with that is the fact that they're really doing nothing other than guessing, like how much they need and when they need it. Like, they're just hoping that they're taking in the right amount of calories with the right macronutrients at the right time to enable the growth. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like trying to save $1 million in your bank account without ever looking at your bank statements and just hoping one day the money's in there.
It's a big guessing game. It's like, you know what? An analogy I like to use, it's like playing the lottery. You're just like hoping that you're going to do everything right and it's going to pack on muscle.
And it goes along with something I share all the time is if you can't measure it, you can't manage it.
No, that's good, man. I like that. And I'd have to say the third mistake is the most important. And this is the biggest one that guys are making out there, and it's something that needs to be talked about. It's when guys follow generic meal plans from like either a book, magazine, or online report. Because the reason that never works for guys is because it's obviously not customized for them, their life, their work schedule, their body type, all of the things that need to be taken into account to have a successful nutrition plan. And you know, like you just look at certain physiques out there, and you understand that, you know, one physique shouldn't be eating the same way as another physique. I mean, a clear example is the fact that we're in this hotel right now with what the leanest, most muscular physiques on the planet.
Strongest, yeah.
And every single person here tailors and customizes their nutrition plan to benefit them. I mean, it's
so we talked about, quickly take a shot, all the food that we identified on the way into this not normal buffet, being boiled chicken breast, yams, brown rice. Have you ever seen that kind of stuff in a buffet? Yet, the athletes here still bring their own food. Hello? That's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. So that's really, really valuable. I mean, essentially what you're saying is that generic programs create generic results.
That's a good way of looking at it, man. That's a good way of looking at it. And it's not like the information about the nutrition is wrong or anything. It's just, it's not right for the individual. You know what I mean? You have to understand, evolve, and adapt to what's best for you and your body type. And you understand the importance of that. That's why you've invested into you know, a personal nutrition plan yourself.
I hope this is hitting home, guys. What I really love about what Kyle's saying is that, you know, he's not all caught up in what's right and what's wrong, although there certainly are things that are right and wrong. He's really focused on what is right for you. And that is the highest level that you can reach.
Man, you summed it up there, man. You did it. You summed it up. That's really what it comes down to, is understanding that people and guys out there, no matter what your physique goal is, if it's to build muscle or lose fat, you have to be intelligent enough to measure your results and adjust accordingly if you're not in a position to, you know, like for instance, just dump 5K into getting a professional nutrition plan for yourself. And it's something that is important enough to understand that you have to measure your results and adjust for what's best for you. You know? So man, listen, I gotta run. We have a big day.
You gotta eat.
Yeah, well, you know how it is, the expo and stuff, like everybody catches up with each other, and you know, get to see a lot of the fitness guys and stuff. But
I appreciate your time, man.
No worries, man.
I don't know if you got time later today or tomorrow, but I'd love to meet up and maybe we can elaborate on those 3 biggest mistakes.
You want to talk some more nutrition?
If you don't mind, I think I would like to.
Yeah, man, let's do it.
I think the viewers would like to hear more about those 3 big mistakes. So
let's do it.
Have an awesome day, bro.
All right, man.
Thanks for breakfast and for sharing, man.
No worries, man. No worries. Thanks, guys. Have a good one, huh?